Okay, let's see if the third time is the charm. This is the third time. The first time, the microphone wasn't on. The second time, my internet started acting up, and it's just not a good demo when you're trying to demo something online. And you're sitting there waiting for the page, and waiting for the page, and waiting for the page. Then you realize, oh, my internet's dead. I'm having some issues tonight. But what I wanted to do is go ahead and demo the MICT collaboration environment, which is essentially a anti-social network, not anti-social network, it's a anti-social network, where we try to foster through structured interaction, definition, everyone put it, of ideas and concepts. We try to encourage more thinking, more critical thinking, more expanded idea sharing, things of that nature. So let me go ahead and log in here real quick. And I'll show you what that looks like. So right now, this is the base mice collaboration platform area. These are sparks, let me call them. So you can start a spark here, you map your content, what's kind of the situation, what's kind of, it says right there, what's kind of the context of what you're bringing up, what the idea is, the concept, the picture, what have you. What is your thought around that? And then here you can link the image source to your data or upload it. And then how you feel about it. What is your whole point in all of this, right? So you would then post that spark, and people can then come down to your spark. They can give it a little resonation, a little lightning bolt, or if it inspires them to something, they can create their own spark based off of your spark, right? And so they can essentially build on your idea. Kind of like branching in software, only in this case in concepts, in ideas, thoughts, things that we might bring up, right? We can look at them in different areas here, and some of these will make more sense when we go into some of the other areas, because we want to open discussion around some of the products we have. One is Guardian Prime, which just got done. Well, it's not done. I'm training right now. The Easy Bake app, we have that on our GitHub, and I'll probably put the link down below as well. But also have this link, so you can go here, you can sign up, and you do need to sign up, and I'll show you why. Actually, I'll show you why at the end. So some of these tools you will not have access to unless you have admin. So one of those is the consortium view. So this is a basic dashboard right now. It just shows how many sparks are posted, active initiatives, which are my projects, any open trouble tickets for any of the tools or items that we have there, and then what the system health looks like. This is going to get expanded out and broken down in some other areas for the interconnected, essentially ERP system that I'm building here. So we also have the lab. This is another one you're not going to get to see. These are studies and experiments that I'm doing. I already have about 30 or so that I have to upload here with citations and all kinds of stuff that go along with them, simulations, software, all kinds of things. So what will happen with these, let me expand on this a little bit, as I move forward with these, as I build on these, develop them out, we will take them from the lab and put them into our projects. And right now you can see the projects because it also has our trouble tickets in it. Trouble ticket is basically a project to fix it, right? So that's how I look at it. So here we'll be able to promote our studies, our research into projects, and those projects will then become active operational things that we're working to achieve. So we can get budget and everything in there. That's the next part I got to do, is the finance part. Have the logo supply chain, so we get a vendor, we get our items, we get the CRM aspects coming next as well, so we can keep all the stuff together basically around different accounts and everything. And this is the fun part, I for me at least, right? Because this is one of the AI models I worked on, called Rambling Grandpa, and it basically I had it read a bunch of books, a bunch of children's books, and I gave it a really big response window, and it would just use as much of that response window as I gave it. It did. It was pretty crazy. One of the responses was like 3 paragraphs long, and it just I was really amazed. This one's a little more limited because it is running on the shared hosting that I have, just basic shared web hosting, so shared CPU service, shared RAM, all those kinds of things. It's just shared, right? It's not running on a GPU, it's running directly off the CPU. Let me say hello, Grandpa, how are you? So the response to this is not going to be good. And I'll explain why. You see, it's thinking, so right now it's processing on the CPU on my shared hosting service. And the response, as you can see, allure is to receive, the relation is to end with a greeting, and response would be Ligian. All right? Whatever that means. So one of the best things about an Alshay AI is we don't freeze the layers, so we can always train those layers, and I've figured out ways to get around a lot of the overriding that occurs, especially when dealing with training new things. It's actually pretty interesting. So here what we'd say is this is a Socratic correction. So since it didn't give us the right answer, we're going to go ahead and tell it what answer we would like, right? So for training purposes, we would say, what should it respond? It should say, hi, how are you today? Do you want to hear a story? Right? So then we'll submit that lesson in. And so that's going to go into the database now. And what we'll end up doing is taking that when we get a good amount, like 200-300 or so, and we'll run that training session against this model that is Rambling Grandpa. And so once that model is trained, we'll upload the model, it'll plug right into all this stuff, and you'll be getting better answers out of it. So this is one of, at least as far as I know, one of the only community resourced corrective type of situations on AI. But even, I mean, for some people probably, especially if you work in the industry, what's probably more impressive is that I'm actually running this AI on shared hosting services. Basic shared hosting services, right? This isn't running a GPU. This isn't any fancy, I'm paying hundreds a month. This is like $8 to $10 a month hosting services, and I'm running an AI that you can help me train. This is the power that we have using MICT when we structure things. And again, what I want you to understand in going through this demo is all of these things that I've shown you, other than Rambling Grandpa, that's just software based in MICT. All of those things run on the exact same 81-line engine, right? There's no change to the engine because one is a social network. There's no change to the engine because one is a dashboard. There's no change to the engine because one is projects and trouble tickets. There's no change to the engine because one's a lab, or because one's a supply chain, or because the next ones are finance. It's all the same engine. It all runs off the same stuff. It's all the same format, which means all of these things are interchangeable in ways that really are, as far as I know from working with software over the years, this level of interoperability, interchangeability has never really been this possible, right? There's ways to do it. It's very complicated. This makes it very simple. It makes it very powerful. And yeah, and we're coming out with it. So that's the MICE platform. You can sign up for that at boardbrains.net/MICE, MICE. You do need to sign up because with Rambling Grandpa, if I get somebody that's just being a jerk and trying to train Grandpa to be a jerk, then I'll probably just remove you. But I do invite you to come and please, train Grandpa. Show me what you can do with Grandpa. Some of the things in there you're gonna find aren't fully baked yet themselves, and I'm working on those things. It is still a bit in beta, but Grandpa's ready. The database works. My pulls work. To get the database and stuff, to get the info out of the database, do the training. So yeah, it's all ready to go. Thanks for watching, and hope you have fun, and we can get Rambling Grandpa to tell us a nice little Teddy Ruxpin story or something.